majestic souls of unbroken fire. I welcome you into a space where shadows don't threaten you. They bow to you, where silence does not weaken you. It amplifies what you are becoming, where doubt does not cage you. It trembles at the sight of your next transformation. You, who have risen again and again, even when no one believed you would, even when you didn't know how you would, even when everything around you tried to convince you that rising wasn't your destiny. You, who stand today glowing in a way that no apology can dim, no comparison can distort, no jealousy can poison. You who carry a beauty that is not simply seen, but felt, a beauty shaped by battles, a glow sharpened by pain, a presence carved from every moment you refuse to break. I welcome you to this moment of truth, a moment whispered through the universe itself, a moment that reminds you that you did not stumble into this radiance accidentally. You built it relentlessly. Your beauty and your growth got them jealous quietly, and you don't even realize it. Some of them watched you, hoping you would stay the same, hoping you would never discover your worth, hoping you would forever shrink so they could remain comfortable in their own lack of evolution. They preferred you when you doubted yourself. They liked you more when you questioned everything about your existence, because your hesitation made them feel secure. They were at ease when you dimmed your own light just to make their shadows feel less threatening. They had peace when you treated your own potential as if it were fragile porcelain instead of unbreakable steel. But then something happened. You awakened. Slowly, silently, deeply. You began to grow in ways even you didn't anticipate. And that is when their quiet jealousy began to bloom in the corners of rooms where your name was whispered in thoughts, where your absence was louder than your presence, in conversations built on the bricks of their own insecurity. You started glowing not from vanity, but from clarity, the clarity of finally seeing yourself without the fog of others' opinions. You glowed because you learned to respect yourself. You glowed because you stopped chasing what was never meant to hold you. You glowed because you no longer begged for affirmation from people who couldn't even validate their own purpose. You glowed because you understood that your journey is not a display for others to critique, but a calling you were chosen to fulfill. And suddenly they couldn't understand the transformation. They couldn't explain how you went from overlooked to unforgettable, how you went from doubting to dominating your lane, how you went from questioning your worth to becoming the standard they secretly measure themselves against. They couldn't explain how someone who once second-guessed everything could now walk with a quiet confidence that echoes louder than their loudest opinions. Some people will never admit the truth, but you need to hear it plainly. You triggered something in them. You triggered their insecurities, their dormant ambitions, their unhealed wounds, their fear of not being enough. You don't know what you triggered, but trust me, something shook. They saw your growth and felt exposed. They saw your glow and felt unseen. They saw you rise and felt their own stagnation reflected back at them. And instead of choosing growth for themselves, they chose resentment. Instead of embracing inspiration, they embraced comparison. Instead of learning from your journey, they silently competed with it. And here's the part many won't tell you. Your glow didn't harm them. They harmed themselves by refusing to believe they could grow too. There were days you didn't even realize. People were silently observing your every move, studying your resilience, analyzing your peace, wondering how you managed to heal from storms that should have shattered you. They couldn't comprehend how you held your head high after being underestimated, how you kept going after being dismissed, how you kept creating after being ignored, how you kept loving after being hurt. Your strength confused them because they expected your pain to bury you. They expected your heartbreak to paralyze you. They expected your failures to define you, but instead, you used every challenge as a stepping stone and every disappointment as fuel. This baffled them not because you were doing anything extreme, but because you were doing something they hadn't mastered yet, growing beyond what tried to break you. Your beauty, your real beauty, not the surface one, the depth one, the soul one, the spiritual one, was built from tears nobody saw, from nights you survived alone, from storms you endured without applause. That beauty carries weight, and that weight makes people uncomfortable when they haven't yet built their own. Your growth is evidence of courage, and courage is something people envy quietly. Not everyone can face their inner world. Not everyone can confront the truth. Not everyone can heal. Not everyone can evolve. And so when you do it, yes, it triggers them. Your existence becomes a mirror reflecting everything they haven't dared to face. And mirrors don't always feel kind. But you must understand this clearly. Their jealousy is not your responsibility. Their discomfort is not your burden. Their silence, their gossip, their distant behavior, their unexplained shift in energy, none of it is your fault. Sometimes people distance themselves, not because you did something wrong, but because your growth showed them everything they've ignored about themselves. Sometimes people stay quiet, not because they don't care, but because your success forces them to acknowledge their excuses. Sometimes people change toward you because they cannot stand the fact that you are becoming the version of yourself they never believed you could become. There will always be individuals who want to be close to your light, until your light becomes too bright for their unhealed darkness. They will enjoy you when you doubt, when you shrink, when you question everything, because your uncertainty makes them feel superior. But the moment you rise into self-respect, you become intimidating without doing anything different. Let me tell you something powerful. You don't need to dim your glow to make others feel safe. You don't need to apologize for becoming stronger. You don't need to explain why you changed. Growth does not require permission, and evolution does not need justification. You owe yourself the fullest version of your life, even if that version triggers those who preferred the lesser version of you. Some of them never wanted you to realize your own value because then they couldn't manipulate your insecurities. They never wanted you to notice your radiance because then they couldn't benefit from your self-doubt. They never wanted you to grow because then they could no longer control the direction of your story. But here's the truth. You broke the cycle. You reclaimed yourself. You stopped abandoning your own spirit just to be accepted. You stopped betraying your intuition just to be understood. You stopped making yourself small to comfort others. And that decision alone changed your entire destiny. Your glow is not arrogance, it is awakening. Your confidence is not pride, it is healing. Your growth is not a threat, it is the manifestation of everything you survived. And those who cannot celebrate that were never aligned with your journey to begin with. You must not shrink again just because some people became uncomfortable with your transformation. Their discomfort is their signal to grow, not your signal to shrink. You are not meant to remain hidden. You are not meant to dim yourself just to fit someone else's comfort zone. You are meant to become exactly what you are becoming, a force that moves quietly yet powerfully, a presence that shifts rooms without speaking a soul, that transforms darkness into wisdom and pain into brilliance. Yes, your beauty and your growth got them jealous quietly, but your purpose was never to make anyone comfortable. Your purpose was to evolve into the most illuminated version of yourself. Keep glowing, keep expanding, keep rising, because the world needs your light even if some hearts aren't ready for it. And remember this forever. You don't know what you triggered, but trust me, it was powerful. and it was necessary, and it was divine. And as you continue walking forward, understand something deeper than their jealousy, something more ancient than their whispers, something more powerful than their doubts. The universe responds to people who dare to grow. Every time you choose healing over hiding, every time you choose peace over chaos, every time you choose purpose over fear, you align yourself with a force that cannot be stopped. And that force terrifies anyone who has not yet discovered their own. Your growth exposes the truth that they too could have risen but chose hesitation. They too could have healed but chose distraction. They too could have transformed but chose the comfort of familiarity. Your existence becomes evidence that greatness is possible, and evidence is something that cannot be ignored silently forever. There are people who watch your journey like a silent storm forming inside themselves. They don't clap for you yet. They keep checking in on you. They don't praise you yet. They study every move you make. They don't support you yet. They feel threatened by the fact that you no longer depend on their validation. Their hearts tighten when they see you smile authentically because they remember when that smile used to fade easily. Their minds race when they see your confidence because they remember when your confidence was fragile like a whisper. They feel uneasy because your progress reminds them of the potential they abandoned in themselves. But let this truth strengthen you, not weaken you. The same people who doubted you will silently use your strength as a blueprint. The same ones who underestimated you will eventually imitate the courage they once mocked. Some people won't admit it, but deep inside, they wish they had your resilience. They wish they had your discipline. They wish they had your endurance. They wish they had your courage to walk away from what wasn't meant for you. And because they cannot openly embrace this truth, they quietly turn it into jealousy. You sparked something inside them that they were not prepared to face. You awakened parts of themselves they kept buried because facing those parts would require effort and honesty. You triggered their desire for growth, but also their fear of it. And fear, mixed with envy, becomes silence. A strange, cold silence that enters rooms when you do nothing but exist. You'll notice it, the shift in energy, the quick change of conversation, the sudden distance. Not because you changed for the worse, but because you changed for the better. And better will always disturb those who choose to remain the same. Keep walking, even when their silence becomes loud. Keep rising, even when their reactions become strange. Keep evolving, even when your transformation becomes the topic of their hidden conversations. Because their discomfort is temporary, but your destiny is permanent. They don't understand that your glow wasn't born from admiration. It was born from pain. They don't understand that your confidence wasn't built from applause. It was built from rebuilding yourself after every fall. They don't understand that your beauty was sculpted by endurance, not convenience. And when people can't understand something, they tend to fear it quietly. You walk with a strength that was earned, not gifted, with a glow that was forged, not borrowed, with a presence that was built, not inherited. Your very existence says, I survived what should have broken me. That kind of aura shakes souls. That kind of aura commands attention without asking. That kind of aura makes people reevaluate their lives when they stand next to you. And that is why they are jealous quietly. Because your life reflects a truth they don't want to confront. You can't complain about the results you didn't get from the work you never did. They see your glow and forget the nights you cried. They see your confidence and forget the years you doubted yourself. They see your strength and forget the days you felt powerless. They see your beauty and forget the pain that shaped it. They see your growth and forget the sacrifices that watered it. You earned everything you have today, every inch of growth, every layer of wisdom, every drop of confidence. You earned it through storms they never saw, through loneliness they never felt, through courage they never had to practice. And that is why your glow confuses them, because they only see the outcome, never the journey. But let them wonder, let them speculate, let them question, because your life is not a performance for their comfort, it is a mission for your evolution. And every new level of you will trigger new levels of reactions in others. That is the cost of becoming powerful within your own silence. Do not dim yourself because they can't handle your transformation. Do not soften your steps because they fear the sound of your becoming. Do not shrink your dreams because their vision is limited. You owe it to your past self to rise. You owe it to your future self to keep going. You owe it to your present self to not apologize for the glow you fought for. Yes, your beauty and your growth got them jealous quietly. But your purpose is not to soothe their insecurities. Your purpose is to fulfill your destiny. You are here to rise, not to hide. You are here to glow, not to shrink. You are here to grow, not to stay trapped in the version of yourself they preferred. And remember this, each time you step forward, each time you evolve, each time you walk with your head held high, you don't know what you triggered, but you triggered awakening. You triggered introspection. You triggered truth. You triggered transformation. Maybe not in them, but definitely in yourself. And that is what matters most. And as your journey continues unfolding with quiet power, you will notice something profound, something that becomes clearer with every step you take forward. The more you rise, the more truth reveals itself in the people around you. Growth is a filter, one of the most honest forces in existence. It removes pretenders without you having to confront them. It exposes hidden motives without you having to ask questions. It reveals unspoken envy without a single word exchanged. You will see who genuinely supports your evolution and who only supported the version of you that made them feel comfortable. You will see who smiles at your glow and who merely tolerates it. You will see who celebrates your healing and who misses the broken version of you, because the broken version didn't intimidate their insecurities. And yet, you must continue to rise with a heart that has learned without becoming hardened, a spirit that has grown without losing, compassion, and a mind that recognizes truth without being consumed by bitterness. Because your journey is not shaped by jealousy, it is shaped by purpose. Your glow is not fueled by validation, it is fueled by inner alignment. Your growth is not determined by who supports you or who envies you. It is determined by the courage you show every day when you choose to become more than what your past tried to define. There will be moments ahead when your glow intensifies in ways you never imagined. You will step into rooms where your presence speaks before you do. You will encounter opportunities that once felt distant, now drawn to you like destiny, recognizing its owner. You will meet people who see your worth immediately, not because they are impressed, but because they are aligned. And in these moments, you will understand that jealousy was just noise in the background, a faint echo compared to the magnitude of who you are becoming. You were never meant to fit into their expectations. You were meant to exceed your own. Every time someone quietly envies your evolution, it is a sign that you have stepped beyond the boundaries of ordinary. People do not grow jealous of the predictable. They grow jealous of transformations they cannot explain. And your transformation has been anything but ordinary. You rebuilt yourself without an audience. You healed without applause. You rose without being carried. You fought battles alone that would have overwhelmed many. You survived storms that required you to become stronger than your circumstances, stronger than your doubts, stronger than the silence that surrounded you. And now that you stand in this new light, their quiet jealousy is simply a reflection of the magnitude of your resilience. You don't need to confront them. You don't need to address their shift in energy. You don't need to explain why you are glowing. Anyone who truly sees you already understands that your glow is not superficial. It is spiritual. It comes from the work you've done behind closed doors, the inner rebuilding, the emotional cleansing, the mental strengthening, the spiritual awakening. No jealousy can erase that. No envy can dull that. No silent resentment can overshadow that. Keep moving forward, because the universe has more for you than the eyes watching you can comprehend. Keep growing, because your evolution is opening doors that fear once blocked. Keep glowing, because your radiance is a message to the world that healing is possible. Transformation is real and resilience is powerful. You are becoming someone who will inspire others without even trying. Your existence alone will ignite courage in people who once doubted themselves. This is the silent impact of a person who chose growth over comfort. You are entering a phase of your life where your blessings will multiply, not because you are lucky, but because you are aligned. The world responds to those who rise. Opportunities appear for those who persevere. Strength grows in those who embrace change. And even though some will watch with envy, their jealousy cannot alter the path that is meant for you. You are walking into a chapter built not on approval, but on truth. And here is the truth. Your beauty has depth. Your presence carries weight. Your growth has power. Your glow has meaning. You don't know what you triggered inside them, but you triggered something inside yourself, even greater. You awakened the version of you that refuses to settle, the version of you that sees past fear, the version of you that understands your value, the version of you that knows you were chosen for more. Let people whisper, let them wonder, let them question. Let them search for explanations for your glow, because they will never fully understand the fire that keeps you rising. They will never fully understand the strength that keeps you moving. They will never fully understand the calling that keeps you becoming. Your story is not for everyone to comprehend. It is for you to live boldly and unapologetically. So keep going. Walk with the quiet confidence of someone who has survived too much to ever dim again. Carry your glow with grace, knowing that it is the evidence of every inner battle you have conquered. And never forget the truth that has been echoing through your entire journey. You don't know what you triggered, but what you triggered is awakening. What you triggered is transformation. What you triggered is destiny aligning itself around you. Keep rising, keep glowing, keep growing. Your story has only just begun. And as you step deeper into this journey of becoming, you will start to understand something most people never realize. Your glow is not just light, it is direction. It guides you toward the life you were always meant to live, and it guides others toward the truth they have been avoiding. That is why some admire you and some resent you. Your presence reveals pathways. Your energy exposes limitations.